Note-taking is one of the most underrated skills in law school. Abot langit ang hanga natin sa mga kaklase natin na organized ang notes at abot langit din naman ang kahihiyan natin sa tuwing manghihiram tayo sa kanila. Notes will allow you to cut your review time for the exams in half. They will help you study ahead of schedule. Notes also give us that intense buff of confidence that we are coming to class truly prepared, ready to recite and ready to learn. Making notes is the first step towards our shared goal of coming to law school every night, ready for a quiz. If you proceed from the presumption that there will be a quiz every meeting, you are already setting yourself up with that real, tangible, and actionable goal right from the very start. In this episode, I'll be sharing with you how I make my notes, what I use them for, and how to improve your note-taking skills for instant law school success. Coming right up! This episode is brought to you by the Lex in Motion merch store, where the perks and perils of being a law student through graphic tees and statement shirts help us help others more now and in the future. Even better, make a direct donation to the charities we support. Both links in the description below. Hi, my name is Lex and welcome to Lex in Motion. In this channel, I'll be helping you build your competence, confidence, and capability in law school. Start today by hitting the subscribe button below. New episodes are posted every Friday. The first step towards improving your note-taking skills is choosing the correct medium or materials. Marami kang choices dito, kapatid. You can choose the college binders and fillers which you can bring to school every day. The obvious advantage is that you have all of your notes in all subjects handy. Kung walang pasok at coding ka or peak ng traffic, you can head over the library and prepare for the assignment for the next day. The disadvantage is that the sheer volume of the notes we have to make for law school will ruin your binder. Kakapal yan at masisira within the semester. The second choice would be your regular spiral notebooks or softbound notes. Pwedeng-pwede yan sa law school, kapatid. For a time yan ang gamit ko. May classmates akong yayamanin at puro Moleskine ang gamit kada subject. Some use the large Corona or Cattleya notes. Then divide the page into 2 columns. Tipid sulatan at reliable naman. My issue with these notebooks is that I am left-handed and the struggle with the spring is very real. My choice is the use of Cattleya yellow legal pads. I use about 5 to 6 pads in a month dahil yan na rin ang gamit ko sa work, school, and other note-taking needs. At the end of the day, I separate the notes, staple them together. I file each set of notes in separate folders per subject. The disadvantage is that they can be easily lost. Ingatan mo na lang. Another disadvantage is that you have no reference from what happened last week dahil hindi ko naman binibitbit araw-araw ang file folders ko. Another tip, always bring 2 colors of inks with you. For my part, I use a fountain pen with red ink for concepts, underlining, and citations. I use another pen for the rest of the content. My notes are essentially composed of 3 parts and I'll discuss them to you in a bit. The first set is the set of notes I make before the class. The second is the set of classroom notes. And finally, the annotation of the syllabus and other materials. The first set is the set I make during my study period. I write my notes as I read. I begin my notes with the heading or the chapter I'm reading. Then I begin each paragraph with a number. And then I write in complete sentences. Subconcepts or requisites I indent and begin with letters. I skip a line after each number for neatness. I use capital letters for keywords or phrases and all of the citations. Alam ko, kapatid, na nahihirapan ka ng makatapos ng mga dapat mong basahin. Ay, yung magsusulat ka pa ba kaya? Alam ko na mahirap tapusin lahat ng kaso, tapos mabagal ka pang magsulat. Walang sagot dito, kapatid. All I can tell you is that kailangan mo siyang hanapan ng oras. Hindi ako pinanganak na maganda ang sulat. Gumanda ang sulat ko kasi ginusto kong gumanda. Mas tumatatak ang binabasa ko kung naisulat ko siya kesa yung kinulayan ko lang yung book pero parang dumaan lang din naman ang letters. Kung gahol ako sa oras, magbabasa ako ng may highlighter sa kamay. After reading a chapter, I get my yellow legal pad and start writing everything I can remember. Kung ituturo ko ang subject na ito, heto ang importante. Tara, sulat! Kung petik sa office at walang masyadong ganap, yellow legal pad time. Tara, sulat! Hindi ko namamalayan ay natatapos ko na pala. For the classroom notes, I begin each set with the subject and the date. The date is important for the purposes of filing. At least alam mo na kompleto ang notes mo. May perfect attendance incentive na naghihintay at the end of the semester. Same principles, 2 colors, number each paragraph and skip a line after each number. Ang sinusulat ko sa notes ko ay ang lahat ng alam ko na hindi ko naisulat before the class. Usually, kung iba ang appreciation ng professor ko sa isang kaso, I write notes on that. I also write the hypotheticals and the answers to the questions he asks in class. Kung ramdam ko na importante ang concept, I draw a box around it para maaalala ko na dito tumambay si sir at baka itanong niya to sa midterms or finals. This is why we have to take notes. Kung umuulit lang din ang sinasabi niya sa mga nasulat ko before the class, I focus on listening and annotating my classroom notes. For this purpose, I carry around a blue or red pencil so I'll know that I'm marking my notes from what I've learned in class. During midterms and the finals, I review by filing together all of my classroom notes and my notes before the class. I read my classroom notes first, supplemented by the codal. Then I identify all of the concepts and questions with boxes drawn around them. I collate all of these questions and try to answer them together. Then I read the notes I've made before the class and focus on concepts that I feel will be asked in the exam. The third part of my notes is composed of the syllabus of the professor and all of the questionnaires from quizzes, midterms, and finals kung pinauwi naman niya. I also include other materials like handouts if applicable. Sila ang last part ng notes ko prior to binding. Binding is a very important ritual for me. It signifies the end of the semester at itong subject na to na pagtagumpayan ko na. Here are some tips and tricks I've learned about taking down notes over the last decade. First, you have no obligation to write everything down. Hindi ka court reporter, kapatid, na dapat mag-transcribe ng lecture or questions ni sir. Hindi ka din naman high school na magno-notes using bullet points. You have to write incomplete sentences because by the time you take your exams, tutunog sa isip mo ang "It's all coming back to me now." Dahil yang mga sagot mo ay minsan mo nang naisulat by hand doong nag-aaral ka for class or nagsusulat ka sa classroom. Second, always write your citations. Huwag kang mag-shortcut. Sulat mo yung article number or the rule and section. Kung kaso ang pinanggalingan ng rule or doctrine, kahit case title lang, pwede na. Doing this will give you the confidence later on to make citations during the exams. Be confident in your note-taking skills. Confidence comes from continually doing something and doing it better each and every time. Law school does not get easier by the day. You only get better at it every day. Take care of your notes. Huwag mong babasain or ilalapit sa nagpapawis na tumbler. Magpahiram lang kung may tiwala. I have taken care of my notes and they're the core of the lecture series that we're working on as illustrated and animated lectures for the Lex in Motion community. Salamat kapatid kung inabot mo ang ending ng episode na to. Thank you so much for watching. Like and share this video for good law school karma and I will see you next Friday.